The final just about to get started with Filipe Toledo and John Florence fighting to win the bell. For both these athletes, they're in the final at Bells Beach for the first time in their career and trying to get a jump start on the title race. John Florence beat Filipe Toledo in a close decision at Durango on the Gold Coast. Saw him go all the way to equal third, where Filipe left the beach kind of wanting more. They both have a lot to brag about when it comes to high combined heat totals. Probably two of the highest scoring athletes in the final going head to head. Celebrations for Courtney continues. We'll roll in with the first wave of the final. Filipe Toledo getting the first arc out of the way. Love the rail work. Probably uses the least amount of foam in his surfboards. But he can have so much control just using that blade into the open wall. Hits it hard off the top of that lip. Goes over the falls and stomps it perfectly. Different types of turns you get to see at Bells at this size.
Let's have a look at Toledo's opening wave. I love this board under his feet, Joe. It looks just really clean. We talk about the literage, very low literage, around 24, 25 liters in his board. So almost like a potato chip, really, but it looks like it's carving through the whitewater nicely. And then out on the open face, timing this last maneuver here. With that free fall drop out of the sky, Toledo stops his first turn. Beautiful maneuver right here. He gets that rotation, gets that really that pop off the lip there, and gets blinded by the whitewater. All feel right there. Now he gets the water out of his face and says, yep, nice way to start the final against John Florence. Board is like a knife, and it looks like a knife through hot knife through butter. So Toledo looking sharp. John about to answer back.
Florence now setting this up from way out the back. There's that top turn wrap. It looks so calm in transition, not even moving there. Right on the money. There's the layback dagger under the lip. And that's one of the first ones he hasn't pulled off here on finals day.
Yeah, Joe, remember that day you and I were standing at Snapper Rocks and we saw Toledo on the sharp eye for the first time? We kind of knew things were going to happen.
Something was about to change. Filipe knew it as well. He said he was already going to win before we got into the second round. Florence in motion, coming off the wrap. Goes so high off the top. Maybe covering the most water on every single bottom turn. There he's deep off the bottom, crushing the finish. Another big hack that he lets go of.
6.5 on his opening wave. And let's have a look at John's last ride, Joe. A smaller ride, so he's got to really put the hammer down if he wants a big score on it. And there's that extension of the body, that classic John style. Real quiet hands down next to the side until he really gets going. And goes for broke on the inside, just losing the fins out the back just a little bit. Let's have a look and see what happens. Goes up into the lip, jamming the tail. Gets a little bit of disconnection from the face of the wave there. Unfortunately goes down. So two mistakes in a row for John. Very uncharacteristic. Toledo getting himself in position, Joe. Oh my, here we go.
Already has a 6.5. Trying to take advantage of John falling on those last two efforts. Big connection off the lip. Holding that bottom turn. Little layback carve. Passes that whitewater because he sees something bigger down the line. Hacks it super clean. He is quite a showman, feeding off this amazing crowd we have in Victoria. What a start for Toledo.
Wow, that was insane, Joe.
Perfect start to this heat, just with his rhythm. Obviously, there's a lot of room in the scale, but his connection at Bells is spot on at the moment, Potts.
Absolutely spot on. Beautiful turn there from Toledo. And I love the way he just takes his time and produces another searing turn off the top. Waiting for this wave to come through the inside. I was a bit worried about that reverb off the jet ski, and comes out of it nice and clean. John Florence with priority, deciding to let that first wave go.
And taking off late is Toledo. Straight off the bottom into a big carve off the top. The wave just bending, and he'll just fade and wait for it to stand up again. Already starting to build his speed. Filipe, mid-face bottom turn and ejects.
Well, John let that go. Filipe Decided to have a look at it. First turn was beautiful. Let's have a look at the first turn though. I thought he was well and truly on his way. Extends that maneuver. Thought he was going to snap it. He just held that rail beautifully there. And then it kind of went a little sleepy. So just some rail work to find this inside bowl. And then once this inside bowl produced itself, Toledo had a look at it, assessing it. Yes, no, yet no, I'm out of here. He says, I can't deal with that one, and kicks out. So maybe a smart move there from Filipe. Would have been nice to see him go for something special, but it could have been very detrimental.
It's a great feeling for a pro surfer knowing they accomplished to win one of the toughest events on the calendar. Famous saying, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Pacing your way from heats at Winky Pop all the way to the Bell's Bowl in big conditions. Florence in motion. Pulls off that layback hammer off the top. Draws that quick cutty. This wave's going almost completely flat. Still so powerful, he'll just ride through. He's hoping for the wall to start increasing. And looks like it's starting to bend towards him now. Florence, there's a big crushing layback finishing move that he's been loving here at Bell's. A 9.33 is the score that he needs to get to the win, but he's improving on his 1.83. Positive signs for Florence now.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, job done right there. You know, just under 19 minutes to go. He had priority. He decided to roll the dice on this sort of a medium-sized wave. Watch this turn here, Joe. That's more like it from John. Nice conviction in that maneuver. Nice confidence. He starts to get that flow happening. Board looking nice and loose under his feet here. And now this is all fill-in work. Keep that board trimming. Keep that speed up through this flat section of wave. A difficult thing to do. Now he starts to hit the gas. Timing is everything through the inside and jams it right into the lip there and finishes off nicely. So that's kind of the thing that these guys can thrive on, Joe. It's just building momentum. And this could be exactly the wave John needed. Now, it's not going to be the 9.33 that he's looking for, but it's going to close the gap. It's going to give him a bit of confidence, and it could change up his rhythm. Who knows? Little things like that go a long way when your name's John Florence.
It's incredible to see John's growth in heats with heat strategy as well, joining forces with Ross Williams. Before he went into his second world title here, just starts making great decisions that he can just put himself back in the heat, especially with reliable moves like this.
Yeah, that was beautiful. I mean, he's got that maneuver on the string, and a couple of wipeouts in his first two waves. He needed to finish a wave to get himself back on track. He did exactly that. All he needed to do was get through those big gnarly conditions today. Was going to be a little bit more in control, but still, it's big out there. Let's have a look. Filipe Toledo up and right.
Setting up his first turn, Toledo looking to better a 6.5. Beautiful flow off the top of that whitewater. Digging in hard off the bottom, attacking the lip. Filipe putting so much effort off the bottom here at Bell's. Well overhead section, he'll just carve through the top. Great timing through this inside. Can Toledo finish on his feet? Hits it, squares up vertically into the foam, and he'll just celebrate another incredible ride at Bell's Beach.
You could tell the legs were burning at the end of that wave. Sucking in the deep breaths. And now the recovery period. Let's have a look at Toledo's wave here. Looking to improve on a 6.5. Big, deep bottom turn. Up and over. Draws that turn out. Drops back in again. Straight off the bottom and into the lip. Beautiful turn there from Toledo. Little foam climb. So mixing it up. Showing the judges a bit of different turn every maneuver. Double pump again and slashes off the top. So joining the dots. Finding those little peaks that stand up and offer him that scoring potential. Right about here, those legs are starting to burn, so these last maneuvers very critical. Toledo finishes off nicely and kicks on out.
And now seeing Florence looking to get in this final. Big whip on that oncoming section. Holds the rail into a huge top turn wrap. Will fade this section, but a great start for John. All patience. What a cool style to watch. Wave growing in size and belts it vertically. Almost felt like the whole ocean was breathing. The size just doubled before the closeout. It again from out the back.
Yeah, you know, the thing was, watch this next bottom turn here, Joe. Almost kind of catches a little bit, but it doesn't do any harm to that turn. I mean, that is absolutely incredible. You know, he gets a little bit of a bump off the bottom. That can sort of, you know, throw you a little bit off balance. not for John Florence. And now timing this last maneuver. As it stands up, he just hooks into it. Wheelies down the face of the wave as easy as you like.
Filipe is going to get an opportunity. Needs a 6.98 to steal the bell off Florence. He's got a lot of speed. Section's coming down in front of him as he is ultra deep. Still waiting for his first move as he'll hear the horn sound. There's the carve to start. Wrapping turn into the pocket. Toledo feeling the pressure of the energy of all the crowd cheering for him through the final move. Big vertical, stays on his feet. Toledo chasing a 6.98. Got himself a shot. The heat ending while he was in motion. He's had a bit of a delay before that first turn, but he did have a big finishing move putt.
I mean, talk about leaving it to the last second and racing down the line. An average surfer would not have got around that section, but Toledo comes around, and then there's the first turn. Second maneuver, just a big wrapping cutty. And then again, another slicing turn. Now he starts to build up speed through the inside. He's got to finish strong. Up and into the lip and finishes 6.98. Are we seeing that, Joe?
So we take a look at the finish. The best turn putts put a lot of pressure on that tail.
I mean, that was one of the best finishes he's had on any of his waves. But I think the beginning part of that wave, I'm not sure.
He had a lot of downtime, but what an effort to give himself a shot. Last score for Toledo, not enough. John Florence takes the big bell at the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach for the first time in his career. Hawaiian surfer Seth Bonis, the rookie on tour, is going to be there to celebrate. What a comeback story. Dealing with an awkward year last year, having the toughest injury of his career at Karamas, had sidelined him until the Gold Coast this year. Got past Toledo in a close decision on the Gold Coast and gets past him again in a very close decision at Bells Beach.
You know what, looking at that here, Joe, Toledo didn't really do much wrong, did he? Started strong. And John, underneath, I mean, with priority, caught that 6.67 that just changed everything up. You know, you think that massive scores win heats. Well, that really put him back into rhythm, and then got that 7.63, I beg your pardon, to win. So, wow, incredible stuff there from John.